You shouldn't be concerned with that. You should just be moving on with your life. And the women that want to stay, as long as they're moving how they need to move, they get to stay. The women that want to move around, let them move around, right? She'll sleep with you, but that doesn't mean you're him. So real quick, hold on. Let me make sure I got my shit right here. And I want to hit y'all with this, right? And I keep saying this. How you got the sex always matters in the woman's mind. It always matters. Now, let me just say this. If guys are cool with just having sex for the sake of busting a nut, it is what it is. But most guys actually want women to stick around. Most guys actually want to fuck with women beyond one sexual encounter, right? Here's the problem, though. Again, how you got the sex always matters in a woman's mind. Real quick, let me tell y'all a story. And this was a few years ago. During one of the live streams, I can't remember if it was the Manhood is a Skill Set show, if it was Real Game No Theory, I don't recall which one it was. But during one of the live streams, a guy called in and he was talking about how he paid for sex, right? Sex worker, he paid for sex. And he was talking about how the woman liked the sex and how she told him, you know what, I like you. You know, you're cool and you know what you know what you're doing in the bedroom. And then what he did was after that, he says, well, I mean, if you like the sex and you like me, you know, how about, you know, I stop paying and, you know, I basically, you know, get the fuck for free. And she told him, she said, no, we can't do that. You still got to pay. And what he didn't realize is that because he already paid, there's a certain way that she views him and he can never change that. When we talk about a power dynamic, who's leading and who's following, how you got the sex always matters. If you got the sex following the woman, you will never be him. You will never be that guy. Ever. Even if she likes you, you will never be that guy to her because of what you did to get the sex. And guys don't adhere to this fact. And it's a fact. It's not a theory.
I mean, I've seen this brother clip, and I put his channel in the description on the screen, right? And this was recommended me on my home screen. And I'm not going to speak much on it, but I may do another video based off something that he said, another part of the video that he said. And I feel like this was very insightful, that what he said. And I might put the story in there too. So hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, right? He made a great point. How you start with women will determine, you know, how it goes. And he told the story, and I'm going to put it in there, about he had a caller, or I think he said a caller or a sub called in. Could be synonymous, right? And said that at after hour spot, he seen a girl, you know, 4 or 5 in the morning, and he wanted to clap her. They clapped cheeks, and he paid for it in a parking lot. And then, you know, she said he was cool and she liked to have sex with him some more, but he wanted something more. And, you know, she texted him, she texted him a nude, and he said something and she didn't respond. And then she hit him up for some, and so he didn't respond. He was in his feelings over her and he wanted a relationship. And I just think it's the opposite effect in this situation where, you know, if she was like, 304 and she was like, well, I really want a relationship with you, you know, and he was like, hell no, you a hoe. But that now that she don't want the relationship with him, he feel a certain type of way. I remember I did a short, King Dre had a short, you know, dating coach, or, you know, I won't say a coach, but advisor, I guess, dope. And he had a guy that said that he had a girl that just hit him up when she wanted some and he wanted more. And it's just like, it's just the opposite effect. That's all, guys. It's the opposite effect. I mean, you can be with a woman or deal with a woman and she can fall out the rotation, or you can break up with her and you was tired of her. You ain't want no more use, but she move on to somebody else, or you think she move on the internet, she having fun with a new dude or shaking her ass, and you want her back. No, you don't want her back. You remember the problems. You remember why you was done dealing with her. It's just that little residual effect that guys be having, or women have it too. We talk about guys, but his point of the video was like, how you get her, is going to determine, the options that you have with her. Whether you can, wife her, cuff her, and how you get her in the beginning really shapes her perception of you. Now, if you cool with just busting her down and that's all y'all, but a lot of guys say that's what they want, but guys catch feelings. A lot of these dudes be catching feelings. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes catch feelings based off the conveniency of, the sex. A lot of guys are married. A lot of guys are cohabitating. A lot of guys moved in with women. People be thinking it's financial, but a lot of guys end up getting captured by women or like pokeballs is because the sex was convenient. And this is why women think when they with all men, if they can lead with their coochie and they can get you with their coochie, that every man is going to treat them like a princess, and then we can work on, him being faithful and all the other type of stuff, right? That's why they want to lead with the coochie first. But in reality, that's what get weak men. That's what get young men opportunity, proximity of it. Oh, I can get it whenever I want to, and after a while, it's just so much more to a relationship. So a lot of dudes when he talking about I lead with my money, like she don't. I say this all the time. Exactly what he been saying. The respect is gone. She don't respect you when you led with your money. No matter how good the sex is, no matter how cool you are, it's a certain amount of respect that you can't get back. He made another point that and I might talk about this in another video, if the woman is leading the interaction and she doing all the planning and leading there. He put it as far as he got to the point we're talking about if she has to initiate the sex and she doing, she don't see it still have sex with you, but she won't really respect you like that. She won't respect you as a man. Now, one part I do disagree with him with, I don't want to say I disagree with him, but I think he was saying that, yeah, you can have sex with her, but once the respect is gone, like I get what he's saying, but she still would marry a guy like that, but she won't respect him. I think, let me fill in the holes. He was saying like, yeah, but she'll never really be with you like that, but she'll still be with you. Hopefully my memory's right, but she won't respect you like that no more. And that's another thing about it. It's like when a woman is ready to have sex and you don't initiate it, and you keep beating around the bush, they get turned off by that too. They be like, well, I might be his first baddie, or I might be his first woman he ever been with. So and I talked about this when Sugar Free said, man, like take your time, sleep with one woman, right? Don't rush into it if you really like her. But it's a thin line between it though. It's a thin line between it, bro. You got to know how to play it. And if you don't know how to really play it, you only can do it by experience. It's some girls that you just string along. Like the girls you really like, you ain't really trying, like you really can see a future with, you ain't rushing them into bed, bro. You're not really rushing them into bed. You kind of make them kind of really, really want to put out like that. But because once you sleep with her, it change everything, right? That's when the games begin. Women you don't care about like that, or you just want to have fun with. Yeah, you crack them, throw the Jimmy on real quick, boom, boom, boom. But it's a game. I won't say it's a game, but I would say it's a my bad. It's a formula. It's a formula to it. But yeah, I agree with everything this brother said, in this video. When you lead with your money or in the interactions and she take the lead and she take the charge and she dominates you. Once a woman feel like they can dominate you, they can control you, they can control the interactions, guess what? They don't trust your leadership no more. Even though, this is why me and my mans might disagree at, she still may she still may date you, she still may marry you, but this is where that respect factor be gone at, bruh. This is where the respect factor leaves. Real talk. Some of y'all be marrying women and the respect was gone in the first week of y'all knowing each other, the first month of y'all knowing, she just lost respect. Respect must be established early on, man. That's a fact, bro. But man, this is a great video, great interaction. Shout out to the brother that told the story. He probably could have hit it without even paying for it, bro. He probably offered some money. She probably was gonna sleep with him for sure. And when they came to give, no, and then he didn't even say that she was still wanting more money to sleep with him. She just wanted to sleep with him. He didn't want to be a booty call or a penis call. He didn't want to do that. But ain't that what most men want? And I know he was talking about, and I'll end off on this. He was saying that, you know, every time he had sex, it was on his terms, or, you know, I don't give a hell. Now, if I got something to do, like if I got something to do and I'm like single out there, like, no, like, well, I will be available at this time, or you could pull up at this time. If I ain't doing shit, yeah, pull up. Like, or you need me to pull up. Like, if I really ain't doing shit, I don't feel like doing it. But if I don't feel like doing it or I'm busy, nah, I'm not stopping what I'm doing, especially if it's to the money, for no punani. Like, nah, you can wait. But I can feel what he's saying. But hey, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, subscribe, thumbs up the video. Peace.